Fall is the perfect season to reconnect with your clients, but nobody wants another cookie cutter email or a pumpkin spice recipe card. In this episode, we're sharing authentic, creative ways to stay top of mind without being salesy.
Let's get into it today on the Wandering But Not Lost podcast. And now your hosts, Jen O'Brien and Matt Emerson. Welcome, everyone. This is the episode 389. You can find all of our show notes over at WBNLpodcast.com. Every fall, we talk about business planning, but it's also the perfect time to check in with the people who you already know, like, and who actually trust you, right? Your past clients and your sphere, and or depending upon how you say that, sphere of influence.
Which drives me crazy when people call it that. It's kind of like saying a realtor. Or Nevada. Right. Exactly, Matt. Most agents go quiet after summer and don't really reconnect until the holidays, right? So we have this in-between time. Mm-hmm. And if you wait, it feels too rushed or you run out of time because time does move quickly. So fall gives you the chance to lead with value and genuine care.
Right. And the goal isn't to push listings or rate incentives or anything like that. It's to remind people that you're here as a resource. Connection builds trust, and trust builds business.
And people are slowing down. They're getting their kids settled, planning, for the holidays and thinking about year-end goals. It's a perfect time to show up with a light human touch.
That's right. Think of this as the season of relationship deposit time, right? So it's like opening up a new account. You're adding value before you ever ask for anything. That's how you stay, top of mind naturally and organically.
And I always think of this time of year, a really top agent that I've had the pleasure to work with is a perfect example. She goes and orders pies, the pumpkin pie and the pecan pie, I think are the two. She usually talks to her clients about, they now know she does this every year, but the bottom line is she has to pre-order them at Costco. And then she delivers them the couple days before Thanksgiving. Like she has a route and goes around the city and her car is filled. She has an SUV is filled with these pies. And there's a cute little note and it has nothing on it. Like, I'm happy to have your referrals. It's just a thank you note for being such a valued client. And people absolutely love it. And when I asked her, you do this, it's a lot, it's work. You have to go get them and pay for them, but you got to drive around. It's not that much work. So in a couple of days, she can deliver all the pies because it just goes to her past clients. She says, I always get 2 or 3 pieces of business out of that, either referral or repeat business because it's top of mind and it's unique and people don't do it.
Yeah, imagine if she doesn't do that one year. She will get phone calls.
She will. What happened to the pie?
Okay?
I counted on your pie for Thanksgiving, right?
Well, that too, right. Kind of crazy. I love it. That's fantastic. It proves that being real actually beats being polished every single time. So, you got to go out there and make that connection. That's what it's all about.
So we have a little 4-step process. By the way, we have an amazing download for you today. We forgot to mention that at the top of the show. Matt put a really great download together for you, and it's going to cover a lot of things that we're covering here. We'll just give you a sneak peek here. We can do it right now.
Do it.
Yeah, sure, because I'm about to talk about, let's just go through it. So we're going to go cover these 4 steps, and we have those covered in here for you. So if you don't have to take notes, as we're about to go and give you all these ideas of ways that you can connect. So that's going to be in there. What else do we have? Oh, yeah, because we're going to talk about a client event that you could put on. There's even a planning checklist for you. So we're giving away what we're going to talk about, but maybe you'll stay and listen now. And then we've got AI prompts for you to help it even easier for everything from creating the Evite or connections and things that we're going to talk about in a minute. The actual prompts are in here for you to use. What's the next part, Matt? You take.
Yeah, it's just some resources that you can actually build yourself. Like how you actually build your fall event and how you can market it. Yeah, a home maintenance checklist, which is a good one. We're going to talk about the stuff like Jan just mentioned, and how AI can help you build all this, so you can build all of it very, very easily without spending a lot of time and a lot of effort doing it, and then throw it into your favorite marketing place like Canva or whatever, and go from there. Good stuff.
So hang in there with us. We gave you the sneak peek of what you're going to get. Now we're going to go and walk you through it. This is not going to be a very hugely long episode, but hopefully you'll get some ideas of something you can do. You don't have to do everything in here, but we like to give you lots of ideas so that you can choose something and get it done so you can make a solid connection. So let's cover these 4 steps. The step 1 is, if you haven't already done it, and if you have done it, awesome for you. But if you haven't, segment your database. Okay, sort it out a little bit. Sphere, past clients, referral partners, current hot prospects, for example, because different groups need different messages, right? Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, don't just blast one generic message out to everybody, right? Personalize it to that segment with the tone and the reason that you're reaching out. It makes a huge difference because it personalizes the whole experience.
And again, if you leverage the power of your chat, whatever AI flavor you're using, it's a lot easier. It doesn't seem so overwhelming. So step 1, segment the database. And step 2, deliver some kind of seasonal value. So lead with something useful or fun. For example, a fall home maintenance checklist might be perfect, right? Yep. A lot of people are starting to do that. And seasonally, we do that, right? We go through spring cleaning and people are getting ready to decorate. And you could even do things like that, like ideas around that. A local events guide. I'm putting this in my newsletter right now. Things that you can do through October and November. Some Halloween. It's going to go out before Halloween, so it's going to have where can you go for Halloween, the trunk or treat things or celebrations, and then things for fun events for the fall, right? Or even a gratitude challenge. So you can, we have a lot of these ideas and the prompts that you can use so you can create your own little handouts or emails or, whatever things you want to mail.
Yeah. And if you want to take it even really a step farther, and this is actually a little bit more time consuming and a little more work involved in it, but it also pays off when you do this. Host a fall client appreciation event. And it doesn't have to be this big, huge, elaborate thing. And you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on it, right? You just have to be really, focused and figure out what you're going to do. Maybe, a coffee shop inside or open house at your office, maybe, right? Or someplace, like a local coffee spot, or maybe even a pumpkin patch if you have one in your area, because that's obviously very autumnal. These events are about connection, though. Remember that. It's about connecting with people. It's not about converting people. You really want to build that relationship. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, make it about gratitude and giving back. It could even be community related, like some kind of a community or charity related event, or maybe it's a food drive. There's all kinds of things. See, the whole idea here is we're sharing ideas because if you start thinking about it, you'll come up with something. Sure. Or you can even ask your AI, what are some cool things I can do to connect with my past clients for fall? And I want to make it about gratitude. Invite your database. I say database. And to me, when I say database, it means if you pick up the phone and call them, they know who you are. That's my definition. They can be segmented into the things we talked about a little bit ago, because those definitely need different messages, right? So don't forget to take photos when you do this event, right? That's critical, right? Get photos because you can post it. And then people like that, you're kind of, and then the people that didn't go was like, oh, I missed out on something, right? That one connection can create a year's worth of goodwill and referrals. And everybody I have ever coached or managed as a broker that does client appreciation parties, they always get, people appreciate it so much and it stays top of mind. And because you're top of mind, then people go, oh yeah, I got to call Matt. I mean, that is what the bottom line is, right? So I like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's another pie related thing, but I'm thinking of another client that every year, now 1 year, he does it in different places. He does pies, but he doesn't deliver the pies. People have to come and pick up the pie. So 1 year he coordinated with a new home, which I think you could, if you have new homes in your area, they would love this, right? Because everybody's looking for more business. But they got him to come out to tour a new home, which is always fun. People like to do that, and they could take a pie on the way out.
Oh, cool, that's idea, awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to drive around. You just have to, or you probably get the new home builders to help you with that. Maybe help pay for the pies, for example. Okay. Or it doesn't have to be pie. I don't know why I'm saying pie. It could be anything. It could be some other little cool autumnal gift.
No.
A pumpkin. Pick up a pumpkin.
Yeah. Honestly, anything like that.
New home track. You order yourself a bunch of pumpkins and let people take one. There you go.
Yeah.
There's a new
one. Really, it's kind of endless, right? So let's go back just for a second on a couple of things. We talk about AI all the time, but really and truly, this is the perfect opportunity to use your AI, and no matter what you're doing, whether it's your client event or if it's your emails you're putting out or any sort of marketing that you're doing. Like for example, you could just ask ChatGPT or whatever AI you're using. Create a list of 10 local fall event ideas my client clients would love. It will come back with a plethora of things in there. And getting back to the pictures that Jan was talking about, if you do some sort of event like that, or you are handing things out, at an open house or at a new home site, and you get those pictures on there, that is a branding moment that you can. Well, you are buying, so I guess you can buy it, but it's so important that you do that. We talked about how to not be salesy, going around saying that you're the community, guy. Don't say you're the community guy, be the community guy, and show that in your images and the things that you're putting out there. You don't have to tell people that you're like that. If they see you are like that and it's genuine and it's organic, you will become, in their mind, the community guy.
That is brilliant. Okay, so step one was sort or segment that database. And step two, deliver seasonal value, which is giving you a whole ton of ideas, including a client appreciation. Now, number three, this is, I think, if you don't, you pick something in number two, but number three is adding a personal touch. This is where you can really shine. Handwritten notes. Hello, Matt is the king of handwritten notes. And we swear by that for sure. A quick video text. If you are going to do that client appreciation party, how about in addition to sending an Evite, like using one of those things like Evite so that you can track how many people are RSVPing. What if you were to call somebody? How about that? Make an actual phone call or a video text inviting them. That's important stuff. Even if you're not going to do a client appreciation party, then use these touches, a note, a quick video text, a short voice memo, something that you can send out that's just all about, a thoughtful message that's generic around gratitude or happy Thanksgiving kind of thing. But it can also be personal. So example, hey, Sarah, how's the new backyard project coming along? Like, when it's a past client, things that they were going to do in the house. People appreciate it.
They do.
Even if you feel like, and I'm talking from experience here, sometimes we don't talk to our clients a lot. And then you feel like, oh, it's going to be embarrassing that I haven't checked in with them in months. But you know what? They're not sitting around going, I wonder when Jan's going to call. Okay. But when you do call, I just had it happen to me the other day. It was like, it's really great to talk to you. Thanks for checking in, and that's all I was doing. It was that kind of a thing. Hey, I'm going to be in the area. I did it a week or so ago with a client. I'm going to be in the area and I'd like to drop something off. She was like ecstatic that I came by. Right. Mm-hmm. So you can do things like that. Okay. And don't worry that if you haven't talked to them in 5-6 months, it's okay. Yeah. They didn't expect you to be checking in with them weekly like you were doing when you were working with them. Make sense?
Yeah, I guess the point is just never underestimate gratitude. Just those little touches that you can do here and there are going to make the big difference. That simple, I appreciate you. It really, really goes a long way. And if you're a team leader, or if you're a broker, office manager, we were talking about clients here, but don't forget your staff and your people too. That kind of touch with them can really motivate them to get out, or something you can do that kind of helps, pay this forward a little bit. If one of your agents is out doing these fall connection type of things, acknowledge that they're doing it. Right. And just say, you know what, I noticed that you were giving away pumpkins or pies or whatever it is. Right. And they get that little pat on the back on that too. So, gratitude is for everyone. So
it sure is, man. Even people you don't know. Right. So that final step in this little 4-step process is about connection. So you're going to be inviting people. Don't sell them. This is not the time to say, who do you know? Like I'm always teaching. Who do you know? Who's the next person that wants to buy or sell real estate?
Right.
This is not the time in what we're talking about. This fall connection is all about gratitude. So you don't want to say that. You could do something like this though. Here's a unique idea. Hey Matt, I'm offering a fall home strategy calls to help clients plan for their 2026 goals. Are you interested in scheduling one? I know you had talked to me about maybe buying in the next year. We certainly have a lot of clients like this. So if you haven't talked to them in a while, you could simply say, let's just get together. I'm not asking you to go buy a house now, but why don't we talk a little bit, right? And as I mentioned, reaching out to somebody to invite them personally to any event, or even if you want to do a one-on-one, good old Popeyes, or I'd love to come by. Like the whole Brian Buffini idea is another idea. Maybe you take 20 clients or people that you sold the last couple years to, and you get some cute little giveaway, or maybe you take the thing that you're making, like we already shared, your ideas or your local guide of things to do, and you drop it off to them instead of sending it in an email. Those are the kind of things that we're talking about here.
Yeah, because when you make it about their needs instead of all about your pipeline, the conversation actually starts to feel really natural, and the referrals will follow, just like the example of the person that's been taking the pies out to the people all the time, right? That she gets referrals from it. That's just all there is to that, right? And remember, AI can help you scale this without losing the personal touch. Your CRM, ChatGTP, whatever you're using out there, you can create custom templates and all sorts of things that will inspire you to, build and build and build. I mean, what I love about chat, that literally it's a never ending process, right? Because when you get down to the end of what you're doing, it'll always say, can I do something else? And can I do something else? And before
almost to the point of being annoying.
Well, right. Often I have to say, you know what? I'm good to go right now.
That's what I say.
We're all good, but still I love it. And many, many times it will give me an idea that I hadn't thought of before. So
you know what, honestly, that happened to me yesterday. And I'll just go, no thanks, Echo. I can take it from here. You're always so helpful. I'm always complimentary. Yeah. But yesterday she said, what about this? And I went, that's actually a good idea. Let's explore that one. Right.
Yeah.
So I love it. So here's the key. I'll share a couple prompts with you. And again, you can get them in that free toolkit, that free download. It'll be over in the show notes and over on WBNL Coaching as well. But remember, you can tweak it. I think my AI and I have gotten close enough that she knows my voice. I know that's true for Matt. Totally. But the reality is you got to tweak it a little bit. So here's a prompt that you could use. Write a warm fall-themed check-in email for past clients with a gratitude tone. See what comes up. Sometimes I'll say, can you give me some variations of that? And then I'll pull from a couple of them and then put my own words in it. I love getting the succinct, quick responses when you're using your AI. And then it's so much easier to take something that's already written and change it around so it works for you. Right, Matt? Do you do that?
Oh, all the time.
You do it too, right?
All the
and
time.
Another one could be draft 3 friendly texts for referral partners, wishing them a great Q4. So, all the people that you work with, the lenders, the home inspection companies, you probably have 20, 30 different vendors that you ought to have all their information in your database, in your CRM, right? And make sure you just tweak it, but then you have it. It just makes it easier, because this is why I think people there's no excuse now, right? This is why I think people haven't done it. It's like, I don't know what to say, or I don't want to just take the canned response that's in the CRM. But the interesting thing now is most CRMs have a built-in AI where you can also use that function as well.
Yeah, and as far as marketing pieces go, we love Canva. I think Canva is just one of the easiest tools out there. And there's a lot of copycats out there right now, right, trying to take over the market share on that. But Canva is just really easy to use. It also has its own AI feature in there. I found it not to be as good as what I have trained my chat to already do. But that doesn't mean you can't use that in there. It's just really AI plus Canva for me is just, marketing gold, right? You can design to your heart's content, brand it to your own business, and you don't have to worry about paying someone to do the graphic design. If you have mastered Canva. If it's something that's going to go in and you have to go in and you have to spend hours doing, you don't want to go down that path, because we talk about it all the time. You need to spend your money on money-making activities, right? And not that your flyer might not produce some cash down the line, but in the big picture, you need to be focusing on the prospecting, focusing on the other end of your business. So don't get all caught up in it, because in a lot of ways, people like to spend time on the marketing side anyway.
You just read my mind.
And this makes it like even more fun to get in there and do it, but don't be spending too much time on that, because
I can relate to that, right? Remember, this isn't about quick wins. It's about building relationships that last. So having it be quality, which is using your AI and things like Canva, definitely can take it up a notch. But don't underestimate the value of just picking up the phone and having a conversation, or sending a little text, or just recording a quick video. But if you record the videos, I think people will know if you're sending the same one to everybody. So this is where do the video that's specific to them, where you're saying their name and you're maybe mentioning something about the family or whatever, and then that would be more meaningful.
Right. Just remember market stats, newsletters, and what's in it for the client. Those are vital messaging things that you need to get out. That's what the client is looking for instead of like, here's the recipe and all of that kind of stuff we just talked about. But don't lose sight of the fact that clients remember how you make them feel. And the relationship built is equally as important as the value that you're bringing to the table.
Absolutely. So when you serve first and you make your connections genuine, trust that the business will follow. That's real authenticity, and that's really what it's all about. That's how you stay top of mind, because we haven't been salesy at all in anything we've talked about so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And to make it easy, like we showed you at the beginning of the show, we've created the Fall Client Connection Toolkit. It's got email templates, all the stuff that we talked about, a lot of AI prompts in there, even more than what we talked about today. So if you're looking for that, go over to WBNLcoaching.com, go to our downloads link in our top menu, and that will take you right over to all of our downloads. Actually, this will be the very first one on the list there. Download that, but also peruse the other plethora of downloads that are there. So once again, WBNLcoaching.com, downloads, and that'll take you right down into the downloads.
Yeah, and as Matt mentioned, if you're over at WBNL Coaching and you happen to be a broker or a team leader and you need some support, or you would like to, here's me reaching out to you specifically, if you're still with us, to tell you that I am offering a free fall consultation about your 2026 goals.
Love it.
That would include building a team, how to organize your team. Recently, we've been helping a lot with teams and brokers on their operations manual and all the back end stuff of running a brokerage. We can handle all of that for you. So make sure you reach out and take advantage of a free consultation. Promise you'll walk away with something that you can implement. And then you can decide whether or not you want to work with us or use any of our courses and products.
Right. And the easiest way to get to that free consultation is just go to our contact us page and just write a little note in there saying, hey, I'm interested in a free fall consultation, and we'll get back to you. And then also on that same note, if you are a team leader or a broker and you're looking for a full training solution for your agents, check out our Real Estate Sales Builder Certification course. That's over in our courses. It's also on our broker page. It's also on the team page. It's everywhere on our website. So go check that out. It's a great program that will help you train your agent. And it really pairs perfectly with your fall outreach strategy, because you can include that into the whole process of your training. That's over at WBNLcoaching.com as well.
So you see that right there on the fly. I didn't even think I was going to do that, but that is the point of our talk today, right? It's all about this fall connections, about gratitude. It's about serving, coming from serve your clients, be of value. If you connect with those type of connections throughout the year, that's what makes a difference, not just throwing something out, right? I put a lot of effort into my newsletter. People enjoy that. We get like a 60 to 65% open rate. So the pressure's on, Matt knows the pressure's on me every month. I'm like, I didn't get that newsletter out, but then I think about the people that want it. So because I make it about what they want, not what I think they want. They tell me what they like. So, all right. So this season, you need to be the one where you strengthen relationships that carry you into the new year and beyond. And it's important. It could still generate business for you right now, but it really is that lasting impression about that you care.
That's right. Until next time, get out there, be well, and connect.